Brought to you by...
There was a certain period in the 90s when horror was allowed to run free, and spread into various outlets that we would never allow for today. One of these areas was into filmmaking geared toward children, mainly popular series such as Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark? These programs influenced impressionable minds for years, spanning various seasons and causing many to try and emulate the spooky adolescent tone that they exude. Some have been more successful than others. Hello friends, welcome back to another ETF short film review. This week we are experiencing a trick that evokes the tone and visual style of some of the twisted tales that we all grew up with in the pages of children's spook books and on the screens of Nickelodeon. Viewers beware, you're in for a scare. I have always wanted to say that. Steeped in the heavy film grain and burn overlays that deliver that warm and nostalgic feeling of old-school Halloween, we follow a group of teenagers as they hold a seance in attempts to summon the spirits of dead trick-or-treaters from an urban legend on Halloween night. Gorgeously captured in a presentation that utilizes very cinematic cinematography, but not so cinematic that it loses its 90s nostalgic feel. This film makes use of all the classic elements that we would expect it to, with vintage-style Halloween costumes, warm fall decorations, and a spooky and ominous setting. A lot of the imagery and the way that the film is shot holds up quite well to create scenes that were authentically eerie and unsettling. The story presented here screams classic Halloween night campfire structure, told within the confines of a varied group of teens in an old dark house scenario. The cool choice here is that the aesthetic is offset by moments of gore and green slime grotesqueries, which I thought was a cool contrast. We would get things similar to this in Goosebumps, but I think this one takes things a little bit further, which makes the film feel like sort of a campier children's level Evil Dead. When combined with a score that elevates the piece for me, flooding us with an authentically classic eerie tone, feeling much like something you might hear in Hocus Pocus, left a memorable impression. The performances here, like with most indie shorts, are not the highest of quality, although for the most part they hold their own and deliver an entertaining romp. Of course they begin to tip toward mildly hokey at times, but it sort of adds to that 90s nostalgia charm. I mean, if you take a good look at any of those original Goosebumps episodes, you were going to find some piss-poor performances. In a lot of ways, this short could have easily been a Goosebumps episode if R.L. Stine had thought of this exact idea first. Another problem is that there are a few jarring cuts here and there that don't feel quite fluid enough for my taste. However, these things can be forgiven. I'm giving Trick an A. For fans who grew up watching these classic spook shows on cable television in the 90s, and who revisit them still on streaming services, I can't recommend this film enough. It's guaranteed to fill a small piece of that void left in the wake of those series no longer being regularly released. This is a fun and entertaining little terror that will perfectly fit into your Halloween. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you'd like to show your support for the channel, please consider checking us out on Patreon, where every pledge, no matter how small, goes right back into the channel, to help keep fresh content coming your way. As always, don't forget to subscribe, stay spooky, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.